Good morning, and this is day 5 of my walk. Nice quick section from Potters Bar to Hatfield and then onwards towards Digswell Village, Wedding Village area. So today I'm back on the Great North Road heading towards Edinburgh, just going for a walk, checking out some great ales and learning the history as I go along. So let's bash out this leg, which I've already done my research. Up to Hatfield there's not many pubs. It's a little bit of history, so let's go and check it out. The Great North Road. I'm now in the heart of Bell Bar, which is a small village between Potters Bar and Hatfield, and this is the Great North Road as we know today, before the A1 bracket end bracket was built over there. However, that lane there, Woodside Lane, that was built on, and that used to be the old track for the horse and carts going north. So he actually went through the grounds of Hatfield House just behind this Esso garage, and it will come out in Old Hatfield as we know today. But unfortunately the gates for Hatfield House is locked, and unless I want to pay to get in the grounds and walk the old way, I ain't going to do that. I'm just going to follow the A1000 Great North Road into the heart of Hatfield. So just a few more kilometres to go. Hatfield, brilliant Hatfield on the Great North Road, just on the outskirts of Old Hatfield right behind me, and there's a pub there. Trainer hasn't arrived yet, so I'm going to have a quick nip in, and there's the station. So yep, 11k done, good walking, time for a rest. Good morning from Hatfield on the next stage of my walk along the Great North Road, seeking out the greatest ales using the Cask Marque app and learning history while I go along. Straight away, as soon as I got off the train at Hatfield to recommence my next part of the walk, I'm outside the 8 Bells pub in Old Hatfield. This is one of the haunts where Dick Turpin, hence the hat, used to hide out away from the law enforcement. But one story, however, the law enforcement actually came inside the pub when he was inside, and he jumped out that window just there, and he got away on Black Bess, and he rode into the local forest behind me, probably towards Hatfield House. Also, there's an Oliver Twist story here. Charles Dickens used to stay here, and this pub was used when Bill Sykes, one of the characters in Oliver Twist, hid out here after killing his missus, Nancy. Don't know why. Apparently he thought she was a police informant, so he hid here, and I don't know what happened next. I haven't actually read the whole of Oliver Twist, but that apparently happened here. Anyway, that's the history of this pub, the 8 Bells. Unfortunately it's closed, so I can't have a pint. So time to walk along the Great North Road and see what other stuff I can find on the way. Ooh, Asda. Ooh, reminds me I have to order some food later. As mentioned earlier, the Great North Road, before it used to come through Hatfield as a proper tarmac road, the horse and carts used to go through the grounds of Hatfield House, and when they left the grounds there, they used to come down this road, 4th Street, past the 8 Bells pub, and head north towards the Red Line pub. I mean, Old Welling Village, basically. Another quick fact about Hatfield House while I'm here. I've never actually been there, and I've lived in Hertfordshire all my life, but in Hatfield House, Elizabeth Tudor, you know, soon to be Queen Elizabeth I, found out she was queen while sitting under a tree in the grounds of Hatfield House. Bless her. For those who don't really know Hatfield, basically where I'm walking through now is Old Hatfield. It's probably the nicer part, and Hatfield was basically a village until the early 1950s. After that small disagreement of 1939 to 1945, the UK government produced the New Towns Act to build some new towns circling London, because London obviously got it got basically blitzed by the Nazi Germans. Lots of buildings were destroyed and people needed homes, so the best thing to do was to get the people out of London into new houses and then rebuild London. And Hatfield is one of those towns, alongside my hometown Stevenage, which is the UK's first new town, as well as Harlow, Basildon, I think Basingstoke's in there, Telford. So yeah, Hatfield was on that list. A lot small, half the size of Stevenage. The old Hatfield's okay. It's a bit of a mismatched place. Can I say anything else nice about Hatfield? If anyone from Hatfield is watching, just write in the comments down below and say what's great about your town, because I'm not a big fan of that Galleria shopping mall above the Hatfield Tunnel. That's a bit piss poor. And yeah, I just can't think of anything else nice to say about Hatfield, to be honest. So just write some comments down below. And basically the best perspective of Hatfield is to watch the film The Martins with Lee Evans in it. It came out in 2001. Check that film out. It's on Amazon Prime at the moment and it's free to watch. So watch that and you'll get the gist of Hatfield. Just headed out of Old Hatfield, heading north, and I'm actually away from the A1000, which is basically the A road which follows the A1 bracket M end bracket road, blah 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 blah. Anyway, so I'm actually following the old Great North Road, which it has been built on, because I'm going through Hatfield. It's lovely, believe me. And this is where it's going to get a bit mix-matchy. So I'm following the old route where the horse and carts used to go. Unfortunately, I've got to go over railway lines, through a Tesco supermarket, and then over the A1M over towards Stanborough Lakes, and then that will get me back on to the original Great North Road. I've left Hatfield. I'm on the part where for about a mile, 1.5 miles, the old tracks of the Great North Road, it's been completely built on. So I'm near the A1 open bracket M end bracket. Is it junction 4? With that horrible junction. I don't know if you can see the roundabout sign. It's friggin' murder. Always is. I don't know why they designed a motorway junction like that. And behind me is Tesco's, and the horse and carts used to go through there. So unfortunately, I've got to walk all the way down to Stanborough. That's the sodding dual carriageway. Luckily, we've got a footpath to get back on the Great North Road. And if anyone's wondering why not take the A road or the Great North Road, it goes through Welwyn Garden City. I just can't be bothered with another town. I want to follow the horse and cart alongside the A1 open bracket M end bracket. So Welwyn Garden City, just a very quick brief history. It's the world's second garden city after Letchworth in the same county of Hertfordshire. And well, not much going on there. I find the village of Welwyn, just north to Welwyn Garden City, has more historical matters to press about, which we'll be walking through very shortly. So walking up from Stanborough, I'm now in Lemsford village. The road behind me is Brocket Road. It's not the Great North Road of today, which runs alongside the A1 open bracket M end bracket. This Brocket Road is built on the old Great North Road for the horse and carts, the track. And when it comes down here towards Wheathampstead, it turns off into the village behind me, Lemsford, which has a lot of history. By the way, it's a nice church behind me. So I'm gonna walk through the village, find out where these highwaymen used to hide out, because this area was notorious for highwaymen, including Dick Turpin. However, I just want to quickly mention, just down the road here behind me, it's not on the Great North Road, it's about half a mile down the road. The other week I went to the pub called the Crooked Chimney, which is also on Cask Marque. I'm not advertising it, but I thought I'd mention it because it is definitely worth checking out because of its crooked chimney. Here's a few photos from the other week. So in the heart of Lemsford, there's only one pub remaining here. There used to be about 5 or 6 in the area. There's only one remaining, the Sun Inn, because last year the Long and Short Arm, that closed down for financial reasons. But also next to this pub, or what used to be a pub, I think it's now going to be developed into housing, there is a footpath going along the side of it. That's where the Great North Road for the horse and carts back in the day used to go along. Unfortunately, I can't go through there. I think there's some sort of private land or golf course or something. So I'm just going to quickly nip along the this road here, back to towards Welwyn Garden City, and head back on the Great North Road, the A road, the old Great North Road before the A1 open bracket end bracket, up towards Digswell Hill, where hopefully I might be able to get a drink in a minute, because I'm doing this walk so fast that all the pubs haven't even opened yet. So So Digswell Hill, west of Welwyn Garden City. There's the A1 open bracket, end bracket, against the old Great North Road along here. So the old with the new. God, I hate this hill. I'm sure Dick Turpin must have a lot of problems with his horse going up this hill. But I'm at the top there, and there's still no sign of a pub. At the top of Digswell Hill, next to between junctions 5 and 6 of the A1 open bracket end bracket, I've taken a slight detour. It's literally a quarter of a mile, and I'm in the village of Ayot St Peter, next to the famous Ayot St Lawrence village, which is home to the famous English author Bernard Shaw. I write more about it in my blog. Keep looking at my blog. So there is another reason why I quickly diverted. Literally, can you remember back in Lemsford a few minutes ago I said the track went beside a pub and it's private land? Well, this is the other end, but unfortunately you can't go onto it. So Google Street Maps was right, and that used to be the old Great North Road where the highwaymen and horse and carts used to flow up from between London and York. So these days this is a dead end road. It's got a pub, the Wagoners. It's open. I might have a quick sneaky pie. It's not on Cask Marque, but got to support our local pubs, right? And I am a bit thirsty after 8 kilometres of walking 5 miles, so quick drink here hopefully, and then back on the Great North Road towards the village of Welwyn. Back on the Great North Road now. I've just left Ayot St Green. So that pub, the Wagoners, what a find. It wasn't on my list of pubs to tick off because it's not on Cask Marque. However, do excellent cast ales, but it was their food menu what got me intrigued a little bit at first, and then I took a walk around the pub. It's also a restaurant, it's one of those pubs, and then I started speaking to the barman and the way he's dressed up, and I was looking at some of the pictures on the wall, the music which was playing, and then suddenly he is from France. He's from Caen, dans le sud de la France. I know, je sais, la Caen. So got talking, and you know what, the food did look good as well. So gonna have to bring the missus back here as well. I've already mentioned it. So what a find, because well, we love French food, we love French drink. Well, I'm hoping he's got a very good wine range. That I didn't check the wine cart. So, but the range of ales there, oh, that was lovely jubbly. Right, time for my first Cask Marque pub of the day, the Red Lion. Also, literally about half a kilometre away from the Wagoners. Wait, university bus, the bloody Hatfield students. Yeah, so Red Lion, Cask Marque, we're here. Okay, so there isn't any Cask Marque pubs in Welwyn Village in Hertfordshire, just north of Welwyn Garden City. But I decided to check out most of the pubs. There's only one I didn't check because it was shut, and I'm a little bit tipsy. It's okay. But however, I'm heading out of Old Welwyn now, and believe it or not, I've just found a house where Vincent van Gogh stayed here. So yes, Vincent van Gogh visit his sister who was living here in this very cottage. Wow. So he actually came to England, the daft old man who cut off his ear, so he stayed here. I'm not sure what his sister connection is with England, but I will find it out. Keep looking at the blog below. Just coming out of the North Star pub in Oaklands, between Welwyn and Nebworth, I've noticed that there was no Dick Turpin memorabilia. Yes, this was one of the pubs where Dick Turpin used to hide out, or probably rob, or just probably got drained. Sorry, I'm a bit tipsy, a little bit pissed. So, because it's next to the road Turpin's Rise as well, and there was just absolutely nothing about Dick Turpin. Oh well. Well, anyway, I've got 5 miles, 8 kilometres to Stevenage to walk on the Great North Road, which is, there we go, that's the Great North Road. So, let's crack on. I made it to Stevenage, my hometown, where I live. Well, actually, I was born in Hitchin and bred in Hitchin, but I like to class Stevenage as my hometown. God, I'm very tipsy. And this is where I will leave today's walk, in the area known as Roebuck. There used to be a pub here, the Roebuck Inn. It's now an Indian curry house, but it used to be one of Dick Turpin's famous halts. But as I stayed quite a bit of time in the last pub, the Station Inn in Nebworth, quality pub. I'm going to leave it there, and I'll do Stevenage tomorrow. But yeah, I've walked over 18 kilometres from Hatfield train station to the southern part of Stevenage, and I really can't wait to get on with the next leg and show you the history of my hometown, guys. But it's been a great day walking, drinking and learning the history and following the steps of Dick Turpin, the famous highwayman. And I will leave you with this: the traffic from the A1M diverted on the Great North Road, England's Route 66.